Automatic Bar Machine Operator Training Program. Lesson number 12, Reaming. This is the accelerated reaming attachment. The purpose for reaming is to produce end holes that have close dimensional tolerances with smooth surface finishes. This television training tape will show you the correct procedure for mounting and adjusting the accelerated reaming attachment and for installing the auxiliary cam that operates the attachment. The cam mounts on the auxiliary cam drum. This is the auxiliary cam drum for the New Britain bar machine. It is located at the top of the power case. The purpose of the auxiliary cam drum is to hold the auxiliary cams. The purpose of the auxiliary cams is to operate two auxiliary brackets. These are the auxiliary brackets. They can operate attachments at spindle locations 4, 5, and 6. The cams located on this portion of the auxiliary cam drum will operate the rear auxiliary bracket. The cam roller is located here. Cams on this portion operate the front auxiliary bracket. The cam roller is located under the drum at this location. This area on the drum holds cams that activate this trip switch. The switch controls the speed of certain attachments which have rotating spindles. You will learn more about this switch in Lesson 13 on tapping. The auxiliary cam drum is used to control attachments for accelerated reaming, die head threading, tapping, and some drilling operations. To mount the cams for the rear auxiliary bracket, turn off the main power switch. Hand crank the machine to the start of the feed portion of the tool slide cam. The cam can now be held in place while the bolts are installed. Installing cams for the front auxiliary bracket at the correct location is more difficult since the roller is so low on the drum. You will probably find marks on the drum that will show you where cams have been mounted before. You may need to check for proper spacing for the cam roller with some cam combinations. Hand crank through a cycle to check the operation once the cams are installed. The remainder of this lesson will show you how to set up the accelerated reaming attachment. The accelerated reaming attachment consists of the base, the sliding holder, the tool holder, and a push rod. Once the proper cam is installed, mount the sliding holder to the tool slide. Put in the connecting rods and attach the auxiliary bracket to the holder. Crank the machine through a cycle to check operation. The procedure for setting the reamer for proper depth begins by setting the tool in its holder. Hand crank the machine to the start of the feed portion of the auxiliary feed cam. Move the reamer toward the stock until it touches the hole to be reamed. When it is in place, lock down the nuts. Set the oil lines into position and run apart to check for proper dimensions. This completes your television training tape on the accelerated reaming attachment and auxiliary cam. You may watch this tape as many times as you need. When you are finished, return to the operator booklet for your next step.